I went that long. 142.
We. Hey, we.
What boy, when you having a good time, time flies.
Hey,
We're gonna let
yeah.
our sister get in here
Right.
and stir the pot a little bit. Our beautiful sister.
I've been studying with y'all the whole time.
Right on. I'm telling you, being a cut over there.
So for 41, the wisdom, Al-Hakim. O you who believe, let it be said, Al-Hakim, the wisdom, in the 37th name of Allah, the infinite, the unique, and the all-knowing. Allah is the light I have attained,
Ooh.
and in the light I live,
Beautiful.
to know that I do not know.
And that's what I was speaking earlier about, asking the Mason, what light is it? See, because it's clear. They should be able to tell you what light they attain. Because it said right here, law is the light that Muhammad, that all the prophets attain.
And the wisdom of humility to avoid such displays of arrogance. To avoid preaching to the willingly ignorant. And those who do not want to listen.
Oh boy.
To avoid judging, lest we be judged for our own transgression. It is not a sixth or a tenth of a man's devotion which is acceptable to Allah.
To go to tithe. The tithe is the 10th.
But only such portions thereof as he offers with understanding and true devotional spirit. Verily, even if a man has performed many prayers, fasts, charity, pilgrimage, and all other good works, he will not be rewarded except by the proportion of his understanding. Those that have attained the meaning of the greatest wisdom know that Allah loves life. When one has final understanding of self, a man may know that the most important things in life are values, family, and community.
Look at that. Look at that. Look at that.
Self-values.
Look at that. Now, do this country teaches that they're against values, they're against family, they destroy family, they got the sister don't want the man in the house, and he come out and they put him on a welfare check, and they destroying the community. Just look at the hood. Infested.
So when one has final understanding of self, a man may know that the most important things in life are values, family, and community.
Look at that.
Integrity needs no rules.
Right on.
The heart of a fool is his mouth.
Ooh.
The mouth of a wise man is his heart.
Sweet, sweet.
A wise man knows that he learns more from the unjust, the wicked, and the cruel than those that never fail to honor Allah. For when confronted by evil, a wise man stands firm and learns the power of his faith and integrity to overcome. And that's what I'm noticing a lot of people are falling to right there. Even when they say they found knowledge of self, or they saying they on this journey or stuff, when the evils, when they're still being confronted by evils, they feel like they shouldn't be confronted by evils anymore because they're on this journey or something. Like you expecting for the road to be peaceful and obstacle free.
Mm-hmm.
But this is the time where you have to stand firm
Right on.
and learn the power of your faith and integrity to overcome.
Mm-hmm.
And that's trying to get that across to people is kind of hard. Because it's a journey that you have to go through to really gain that
It is,
understanding.
right. Like I said, learn. You have to learn the power of
Right.
faith.
That's right.
For me, just telling somebody that it's not going to.
Yeah, don't transfer your faith into theirs.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not going to just spark their faith into it.
Sure won't.
They have to go through that journey.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, of standing firm.
Yeah.
And then, like he was saying earlier, too, to avoid preaching to the willingly ignorant and those who don't want to listen. 8 and 9.
Yeah.
That's another thing, too, because, like,
Yeah.
you got to know when and when not to
That's right.
continue to try to help somebody.
That's right.
Because at the end of the day, they got to go through their own journey.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. They got it, and their journey is to discover faith.
Yeah.
And they may be tested by, evil or obstacles or things that they may see as problems in the perfection, but it's imperfections in the perfection. But verily, 25, this is the last one. Verily, virtue means nothing if not tested.
See, same thing you just saying.
So faith means nothing if not tested.
You're gonna be tested.
You're
gonna see if they can change your mind.
Right. So this is where it comes at. Now you'll really see
Yeah.
the discipline of one.
Yeah.
If they have what this great Super 41 brought us. Because it done told us many, I missed a few, when it said it's not a 6 or 10.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I want to come back to that one.
Yeah.
Because we done gave a lot of money to organizations throughout years,
Sure have.
centuries, from decades to centuries. And we have not received the second one, which is understanding.
That's right.
And that true devotional spirit of faith ain't in our people who call themselves following Christ.
Yeah.
That was a true devotional spirit. But to say you a follower of that and then all you doing is paying tithes?
Yeah.
And this is what your devotion is?
Yeah.
And they think this is what acceptable? Your money don't make it acceptable. So when it come to you supposed to have understanding. The money don't give you understanding.
But that's what they think.
And that's what they think when they paying their tithes.
Yeah.
It says that Allah or self will not be rewarded except by the proportion of his understanding. So we see the people who taking the people money and then buying cars and fancy things that they also don't have understanding.
Yeah.
They might be winning by fleecing the people, but it shows in their actions that was a test that they failed, and secondly, that they have no understanding. See, so Allah tells us that the greatest one gonna have understanding.
Yeah.
So when you talking about knowing what you talking about, that's called understanding. And so it's for us to understand wisdom is the final understanding of self. This is the light that is at the end of the tunnel. The light of wisdom. The final understanding of self.
Yeah.
This is a big one. Because wisdom knows now. And wisdom understands. And as we see on our next cover, that we're going to do Super 40, the Tree of Life.
Yeah.
our next meeting. And so these Sufa that we covered today, soul and wisdom, is paramount
Yeah.
in our self-discovery. One, knowing what the soul is, it's immortal. And then secondly, now you have a way of the soul called wisdom. Now you can choose the way of the soul, so now you can have the benefits that come with this.
And I like to point something out before we get into that is about the 6/10 of a man and the 10th of a man. And the jinn has an audacity to write in the Constitution that the Negro was 3/5 of a man.
Good point.
Only a jinn would do that. Only a jinn will write in the Constitution I'm talking about. The USA. And said that the Negro, which is you, not him. He wasn't the 3/5. He pointed that out. He said, you was. And it still stand today. That you 3/5 of a man and 2/5 is lost. Maybe you'll try to find it, the other 2/5 before you take your last breath.
That's gonna be hard. Because
I know what it is, but I want you to seek and you find it. Without me having to tell you every darn thing.
Because 13 said prayers ain't gonna do it. This is how many years our people been doing
Look at
it.
how long we've been praying and our condition remain the same.
It's not
How
gonna fix
long
it.
we've been going to church and our condition remain the same. Look
not
how
gonna
long we've
fix
been
it.
reading the Bible and Bible told us and our condition remain the same. But healing
not gonna
don't
fix
remain
it.
the same. He have power and control and telling you what to do each and every day of your life.
Right.
Monday through Sunday.
Right. So it don't matter prayers, fast, even doing charity, even doing your pilgrimage, even doing all good works.
Yeah.
This is not how you reward it.
That's correct.
You reward it by your understanding.
That's right.
Allah ain't dealing with you if you don't have understanding.
Right on.
And so 15 says those the people who seek. They're talking about the seekers. Those that have attained the meaning, the knowledge of the greatest wisdom, know that Allah loves life. That's all, y'all. All stands for Allah loves life. Now, what you just said, 3/5, is that a love and life?
No, it's not.
Work
That's
of
a
the gene.
ragtag man that someone has said and condemned him.
And so that means he has not the final understanding of self. We talking about this is the greatest wisdom right here. If we said choose to live in ignorance or wisdom, well, let me repeat it for you. This is the greatest wisdom, everyone. The greatest wisdom is to know that Allah loves life. Then he breathed it into you.
Yeah.
And you hear.
Yeah.
Poof.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is the understanding.
Yeah. And all I could think about was the word slave. That's not a good lie.
That's
When
true.
you hear the word slave, that's catching purity hell.
That's torture.
And you chose to be a slave to the jinn. You even make movies called Driving Miss Daisy. And we know who played the part. And they get one of us to play the part. Miss Daisy has it made in the shade. But the old butler where I watched the movie, he doing everything. He bowing down to the chin. I want to put it that way. Huh? So we got to be extremely cautious and careful. And it's all about $1 just for that to drive her around and bow down to her.
Yeah.
Not only Miss Daisy, but the one who made the movie. Be careful. And now you playing the part. And now the rest of us want to drive Miss Daisy around.
That's what I'm saying. You see the condition of young growing up in?
Yeah.
Like, they don't got wisdom. You don't even hear this coming out of people's mouth. And for one, a law is the light.
Yeah.
And so you ain't even getting to that in any form of light.
Yeah. And I watched a movie that was kind of fascinating last night. It was, name of it was The Forbidden Fruit. And this just what's caught up in this society, of course. It was about the Christian people, the Jews and the Muslims. And they now came over in America, but they want to keep their tradition. They didn't want the black man to come in there and marry none of their daughters. And boy, when the daughter done fell in love with this so-called black man, and she trying to break it to her mother and tell her mother, and the mother was thinking that she was dating one of her own kind. And when she told her mother who he was, it was old Sambo. Oh, she liked to have a fit.
Same old,
And
yeah.
it's the same thing today that we have. And it's amazing what lust has replaced love. And we caught up and wrapped up in lust because our own ain't good enough no more. That we got to have something different. And I often think about nature, because see, nature can teach you a lot. Animals can teach you a lot. The birds can teach you a lot, so much. And you observe the birds, they don't do that. The animals, they don't do it. What's in them to keep them being obedient? Maybe we need to learn from nature itself now. Because the gin done poison our mind and our thoughts and messed us all up. I'll close on that. It's 2 o'clock.
Beautiful. Yeah, that's
What's the next one?
Tree of Life, Super 40.
Tree of Life. Oh, that's going to be beautiful for you.
And
Now we're going to find out the truth about the tree of life, the tree of good and evil. A tree that has both on it, got good and bad. A tree. I hope they ain't lied on the tree.
yes. So eternal love and KOS. We close our community meeting in the name of Allah.
Beautiful.